So, how many starters do you really need to play Star Wars Destiny? That's what we're going to talk about today. I see this asked a lot. How many should I get? Obviously, you want to get one of each if you're going to be playing the game. If you're really on a budget, you can start with just one, but you're eventually going to want both. There's a lot of starter exclusive stuff that comes in each one of these. And so, we're going to talk about if you should get really more than one of any specific starter and what the benefits are really from doing that. There are a couple of starter only cards that don't have dice in here and that are good to get, like Awakening and Power of the Dark Side. So you're going to get some good, I think Power of the Dark Side's starter only, actually. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I probably made a mistake and I'm going to get eviscerated for it. Anyway, there are some good cards that you're going to get in here, but the real ones that we're going to talk about are the dice cards. So I'm going to start with, I think the Rey starter is the better one to get a second one of, mostly because of Finn, but we're going to talk about that. But first I want to talk about what you get if you get a second Kylo Ren starter. Now, if you are buying tons and tons of boosters, you're going to get less benefit from this because a lot of the cards that come in here are all things that you can get elsewhere. So, like if you look on the sides of any of the starters, it's going to show you all the dice that come inside of it. So you're going to get your Kylo Ren dice. Mind Probe is really the good one that comes in here. Mind Probe is a really cool card. It's expensive too, and it's neutral, so it can work in either a hero or villain deck. So Mind Probe is really awesome. Lightsaber is also good, but now Immobilize you can get in boosters, so that one isn't really special to get in here. However, it's useful if you haven't gotten any of them in a booster and you want to have two. First Order TIE Fighter, also you can get that in boosters. Cool card. First Order Stormtrooper, the other character, you can get that one in boosters. The F11D rifle is starter only, which is great, but that also comes in the Rey starter. So it's not like this is the only place you can get it. And then Infantry Grenades also come in boosters. So there are some good cards in here. I really like, as far as starter stuff goes, I really love the First Order TIE Fighter. I got that out in my very first game that I played with this deck, and I thought it was awesome. I loved having a TIE Fighter out, so it just made the game feel very fun. The lightsaber makes the game feel very fun, especially because you have the option of giving it to your Stormtrooper. So the lightsaber is just a solid card in general, but Mind Probe is really the hero of this starter set. So you're going to definitely want a second Mind Probe if you want to run like a Holocron-based deck or any kind of blue aggro deck. Mind Probe is very nice in. It fits very well in. It's a little expensive, but with the upgrade rules, it's not that hard to get out into play. So now the Rey deck, okay? The most obvious thing you get here is a second Finn die. It's the only way to get a second Finn die. Finn is Rey starter only. So that's good. The other thing that's good in here is you get it's another place you can get the F11D rifle. So this and the other starter are the only ones, and this is a villain weapon, but because it's Finn, you can put the villain weapon in here, which is awesome. You get your Rey, you get Jedi Robes. It's a starter card. You can get that in starters. You get Lightsaber, which is starter only, but also you can get that in either one. And then you get Force Throw, which is the equivalent of Mind Probe over here. So Force Throw, also a very good card. Very good card, and you're probably going to want two of these in a lot of blue decks, and it can go in either. This can go in good guy or bad guy deck, hero or villain deck. So you're going to want two Force Throws, and you're going to want two Finns. So the reason I think that the Rey starter is the better one to get two of is because you get in two Rey starter exclusive only cards. You get your second Finn die, and you get your second Force Throw. Whereas here, the only one that you really gotta have is Mind Probe. Because if you're buying boosters, you're gonna get a lot of these other cards anyway. Now, granted, if you're not buying that many boosters, then this might be the better option, because a lot of these cards have a lot of flexibility. First Order TIE Fighter is great to have two of. If you get a General Veers or something like that, maybe that works even better for you. Infantry Grenades fits into a lot of, it's a gray card, so it fits into a lot of different decks, but it is villain. Lightsaber's cool. Immobilize is actually a really cool card. So a lot of these are good cards that come in here. The only it depends on how many boosters you buy. If you're going to buy at least a box or more of boosters, then you're going to see diminishing returns on what comes in this one versus what comes in this one. And because and one of the reasons I say that too is like Ray's Staff and BB-8 are like two of the most common dice that show up in boosters. Like almost every box I open or I've seen open has two of each of these. So they've become the biggest joke throwaway cards. And the thing is, they're not really bad cards. It's just that they're both unique. So you can't have two BB-8s in play. Granted, you can have them in your deck, but unique cards are harder to play because if you end up having two of them in your hand, you have to basically discard one. It's just harder to use it. So these aren't as good. This is okay, but you're gonna get it elsewhere. Jedi Robes is a decent card, but it seems to it's not overly powerful. The lightsaber is really good, but Force Throw is awesome, and Finn is awesome, and this is the only place you can get them. So that's why I think you should get this. Now, if you want to get more than two of each, you're really not getting any absolute benefit from that, but the benefit you do gain is if you wanted to build multiple decks that have, let's say you wanted a Darth Vader deck and a Luke Skywalker deck. So you wanted to have 2 copies of Force Throw in your Vader deck and 2 copies of Force Throw in your Luke Skywalker deck. And you wanted 2 copies of Mind Probe in your Vader deck and 2 copies of Mind Probe in your Luke Skywalker deck. Well, then it's going to be really expensive, and then you're going to have to buy dozens and dozens of starters, and then hopefully you're using all the leftover cards and making decks for your friends to play and teach the game and do all that stuff. But that's basically where I stand. You really only need one of each, but if you really want to run blue decks, you're going to want a second one. What I've done is, now that some places are starting to sell singles, it is possible to trade or to just buy the one card that maybe you need. Maybe you buy another Force Throw. Maybe you're not interested in having a second Finn. Or maybe you just buy, I bought Mind Probe. I bought one of these as a single. And so now I don't have to buy a whole nother Kylo Ren starter just for that one card, because I've opened like almost 3 boxes already, and I've gotten multiples of everything on here, everything that comes in boosters. So I don't need every other card that comes in there anymore. So that's basically my take on it. Let me know if if you got any questions on this, or if I've missed some kind of if there's some other card that was lurking in here that somehow I've just missed. The game is still kind of new, so I'd reserve the right to make a mistake here and there. But that's the beauty, is the comments, and everybody who leaves comments are usually very constructive in it. So I do appreciate that so much, guys. But yeah, so let me know how many starters you've picked up, and and what you think. Thanks so much. And if you like these videos, feel free to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and leave comments. I always appreciate the comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day.